Hi, good evening, guys. This is Sandeep. I just want to give you a quick feedback on the presentation that you have submitted. So here we go. Um, I mean, typically when you're doing a pitch deck, contents are not really required. So just think about it. Second, when it comes to your problem, there seems to be a little bit of inconsistency that I see, between the slides that you have. One, in the first slide, you're talking about, uh, you know, the product that you're trying to deliver is health-based food for patients or senior citizens or people who are suffering from chronic illness, so on and so forth, right? And health freaks. This is what you've stated, but in subsequent slides, when I go back to your business canvas and if you're looking at your customer segments, uh, you are talking about people who are ill and who are unable to cook food. Then you're suddenly talking about students and employing and employees staying away from hometown. That's a completely different segment. Then those who prefer healthy diet over a normal food prepared with no calorie consideration. So this is, talking about the list of. It's a universal list, right? So it could be, general individuals who prefer to have healthy diet. Now you're including a lot more, right? And finally, people who want to eat a meal prepared by professional chefs. Okay, I don't know who these kind of people are, but yes, you have included them in the segment as well. So uh, between your first slide and your business canvas slide, looks like there is a little bit of inconsistency, or if there's something that I really don't get, right? Who is your customer segment? Are you only talking about people who are ill and unable to cook food and health freaks, or are you including everybody into the ambit, right? So this particular slide tells me that you have included everybody into the ambit or most of them into the ambit, but in the first slide you're only talking about um, people who are not feeling well, right? So there seems to be a bit of inconsistency, and this inconsistency also it kind of percolates to the second slide as well, right? Again, when we're talking about the size of the problem, uh, I would like to see something like, okay, this is a 1,000 crore business, right? What is the total available market size, right? So here you have given me certain numbers in terms of 20% of Indians suffers from chronic diseases. So are you catering to all of them? I mean, is this your target audience? So from the total Indian population, are you saying 20% of India's population is whom is your total available market size? Is that what you're saying? If that's what you're saying, then put that particular number. Just don't say that it's just 20% of India suffer from chronic diseases. That's a data point that is not quite relevant unless and until this is your target market, right? Second, India has 2007 fast food outlets, 70 lakh restaurants, and many delivery services like Zomato and Swiggy. Uh, why is I still don't understand why this is there in this particular slide, right? Similarly, the last 3 points. Since coronavirus has struck the country, we have so many COVID cases, and the fatality rate is 1.59%. That's quite irrelevant. When we're talking about the size of the problem, uh, until you're saying that everybody is like quarantine and you're targeting everybody, right? Uh, so why is this particular data point there? I'm not quite sure. Similarly, your focus areas include Vishakhapatnam. So what does it exclude? What does it include? Why is it a part of the size of the problem? Or are you only saying that you're going to your serviceable available market will be uh, a percentage of people who suffer from chronic disease, right? So if India has a population of x billion people, you're talking about 20% of them suffer from chronic diseases, and then out of that you are saying how many of them are living in Vishakhapatnam, and those people form your target audience. Is that what you're saying? Then if that's the message that you want to drive, please make that very clear, right? So that is not very clear from this particular slide. And similarly, the last point, even if people want to switch to healthier options, they encounter either expensive options or no options at all. Okay, so this again is not relevant when you're talking about size of the problem, right? Existing gap, this needs to be tightened, uh, because again you are probably talking at a very abstract level. People are getting tasty but not healthy food. How do you know it, right? Is there a research, is there a study, is it published? uh, you know how can you talk, how do you really validate this particular statement, right? And what validates the statement? Competitors are not focusing on health but taste and low cost to attract maximum customers. So then the question really is that what makes business sense, right? So are you saying, why are you different from your competitors? uh, the reason why I'm asking you this question is there something that we are missing here? If you're saying competitors are not focusing on health, and is that true? There are a couple of outlets, restaurants that I personally know, like Sanjeevanam, for example, in Chennai, that I know serves only healthy food. Uh, and I've been there a couple of times. I've been there a couple of times because I know that they serve only healthy food. I know some of Isha's outlets, both in Chennai and in Coimbatore, serve healthy food. Deepak sir and Shobana ma'am introduced me, to a restaurant near Annapurna in RS Puram, which serves healthy food, right? So uh, now, what makes you really call this particular statement out to say that competitors are not focusing on health but taste? Again, this is a statement that you really need to validate and help people really uh, visualize this, because they will come back to you saying that they have had healthy food and there are restaurants which serve healthy food, right? So, and target audience have hardly any options or temporary options, because this is some kind of a deduction based on the first two statements that you're making. So your existing gap slide needs to be tightened a lot. Okay, then you're talking about solution. Let's assume that your problem is valid. uh, One more thing, guys, is you might have a good, it might be, the problem might exist, but is it really worth solving that particular problem from a business sense, is what you will have to really look at, right? So that is something that you would need to really consider, and that is extremely essential and important as well. So let's look at your solution. You're looking at a mobile website, application which will offer, where people could order meals, and it will have a personalized meals, assistant, right? So the solution is fine in terms of if the problem is valid and if the size of the problem is big, this solution seems to be good. So then you're looking at a model where people will come to your and this is completely only going to be digital, right? So are you going to have physical centers, or physical restaurants where people are going to walk in and then eat healthy food, or is it only going to be an online kitchen, where people are going to order, right? So those are some questions that you would need to answer. I'm not getting into all these things. Primary competitors, are there, and secondary competitors are there. Right now, if you are bringing in, Swiggy, Foodpanda, Uber Eats, and Zomato, again, are you saying that they are supplying healthy food? So that's not something that I'm very clear as to why these secondary competitors are there. I do understand these are aggregators, uh, but you're not into the aggregation business, right? So you are into a business where you are going to prepare food. You are a restaurant or you are a kitchen. uh, why will Uber Eats, Zomato, and Swiggy be your competitors? Because these are distribution partners who will probably help distribute your healthy food to your end customers as well. So, how do you consider these people as your competitor is not very clear. Okay, again, customer insights, some of the insights that you have given, is fine, but are they really, big enough, to, start a business? And that's the big question that I have. Typically the size of the market is one big problem that I see. The second problem that I see is how are you going to reach out, to your customers, right? How do they really know that you're going to be there? Uh, because you are going to be another online app, how you're going to promote yourself is another question that's coming to my mind. uh, Revenue model, you were saying that you're going to okay, again here one more question that I have in terms of your canvas is, again, if you look at customer segments, chefs, professional chefs who love to cook, uh, okay, what does that mean? And chefs want recognition in the society, right? So these two statements again are not, quite clear to me. Right. So, okay, again, when you're talking about channels, if you're saying that social media pages, word of mouth, mobile applications, website, and telephone, are going to be your channels, what is going to be your primary focus, and what's going to be the overall customer journey, right? So that's something that I would really love to understand, from this entire proposition. So, guys, you uh, have certain things in place, but I think you would need to really tighten your presentation, and I think just tighten the loose hands. There are too many loose hands that needs to be tightened, and if that's done, I think it would be good. Thanks. Thanks, guys.